To quick 3D tutorials. Today's video is part 9 of the paint effect, and in this video we're going to show you how you can render the paint effect tree with the Arnold 5 in Maya 2018. So to do this, when you are finished with your tree, you're going to select it, go to the stroke shape and go to the mesh output and output it as quads. Then you're going to the modify, convert paint effect to the polygons, reset the tool, put this quads output, and then you can just put this to 0 and convert. Now we have actually go ahead and convert this one to polygons. Then I'm just going to hide the leaves because I want to start by the tree cells. Okay, before we get started, it is important we have some of light, so we're just using the physics skylight inside Arnold, and we just make this to be something like 2. Then we are ready to go to the shading. So the first things we're going to do, we open the Hypershade and we just go ahead and delete the paint effects shade, and going to create a Arnold shader, which is a standard surface shader. Then we can just use the Arnold render view to find the specular we want for the tree, and maybe something like this is looking not bad. Again, you can just play it until you getting the result you like. So when just disable to a hardware is going to be faster for your computer. So then we need to actually have a texture for the bark. Of course, we need also just apply it, so we just seen it in real time. So actually, if I just go to the folder there, here you can see I have an image which is a bark. Then I have creating inside Photoshop different of them and blending it together, and we're getting very large image, which was, I think it was 2048 by this. And don't worry about the R not square, because we're going to repeat this later. So what we're going to get is this texture. But before we came to the texture itself, there are some important things you need to know when you want to render or shading the tree. The thing they are actually, if I just select it, go to the Windows Modeling UV editor. There we go. And just selecting it is very hard. The thing you're seeing, it is completely like a box you're going to see, but this one is the pattern is for the central, and then as much high is going to be, the top is for the twigs. So let me show you it a bit easy way, because sometimes we need to actually have 2 different texture, one for the pattern and one for the top for the twigs to get it nice look. But for now we just going to playing with the color first to show you what is going to be, and then we're going to show you how we can apply these texture to it. So we're going to Hypershade. Then we need actually, you can of course find this here or searching here, but it is easier you just tap on the keyboard and find the thing you want. So I just starting by layer texture. Here we go, and just find a color. Let's see, the blue we want with the layer texture. We want to blend it with red. So let's see, that is my texture 1 and texture 2, and I want to blending it. To blending it, we're going to use a ramp texture, which is this one. And now we need to actually connect all these 3 in layer texture. So we just make layer texture, then middle mouse click, drag the first one, drag the second one, and now we are ready to delete the green one by the default. Then we're going just middle click and put this to the alpha channel. So as you can see now, what we're going to get, I can just also apply this one to my color. Here we go. So if we look into the texture, now I have the red and blue, but they are be blending very soft. So to controlling this blending between them, you can see that is, you can also see what is going to be here. By this way, I'm going to blending these together. But to show it easier, we just turn the texture on, and from here you can see that is the red where I want it to be, where the blue it should be, or something like this. So we're going maybe, so we want to have the red here and starting from there, or maybe there or there, to be blending. So in this case, you can now apply two different texture without you going to Photoshop and creating it, and you are flexibility to do what you want to do. So that is a thing you need to know, how you can have, of course you can have 3 or 4 if you want to. So that is the technique behind it. So now the thing is, I want to apply, I'm going to delete these. Now we have the value we will want. Now we want just find the texture we have. File texture. And then we're going to find the bark. I just make the file again, the same file. And is going to be the same file. There we go. Now we need actually go ahead and select this one, middle click here there, and this one, and now we are ready to delete these. So 3 and 4, here we are. Then we're going just to put the alpha channel once again, and now we should have 2 different texture. Okay, so the thing we're going to do now, we need to repeat this texture because you can see it is, yeah, it's not looking good. So if I just selecting it, I will just show you what we're going to do. If I go to the UV, we want to actually put this one to be very small and be repeating some of time. So we're starting by first one, then we're going to this and just playing with this value. So the thing, I don't know if you seeing it, the thing I'm done controlling there, but that is for the top one. So by just putting it 13, as you can see, we're getting how much of these we want to be repeat. Maybe 20 was not bad, or maybe 22 or something like this. Okay, then we're going to select the second one, and now we can only see it on the pattern. So maybe 15, 16, so something like this. So when we are finished with that, actually now we have full control on the bottom and on the top. So I don't think I need this anymore, and so now we have the diffuse color. Now we want to have the specular and the bomb map. The thing we call do, actually we can use the same source to creating we can use this to creating a bomb map. So how we can do this, and of course you can also anytime go to the Photoshop and create the bomb map if you want to. So but I will just show you how you're going to create it inside Maya. So the thing we need to have, so we need to have the file 1 RGB to HSV, which is going to convert. And then we need also have another thing is the RAM texture again, once again. And we don't need this. Not the ramp shader, it was ramp texture. There we go. So we just delete this. So the thing is, now we have this image, we want to convert it to be a bomb map. So we just putting it, I just click on this and just middle click to be there. So now they are being connected. Then we need put the edge output value to the edge and V to the V. So from now, if you look into it, as you can see, as more more blackness I'm going to get, and we're going to get it, yeah, like a bomb map. And you can also use this for bomb map and for the specular. And of course, you can just create another node if you want to. So I just started with the bomb in the geometry, then we just middle click on it, and now we're getting the bomb file there. So now we have bigger shader network. So now we can just put this to be, I think 0.1, it will work. But again, we just go to very quick render. Maybe something like this. Okay. As you can see, I just think maybe it was too much. 100 was not bad. Then we need actually, I'm going to use the same for the specular, but if you have anything inside Photoshop, or you have creating it, so you can also use this as well. So now I just put this to be connected here also. So there we go. So before it, my sky dome has very noisy, so I just going to make it to be 3, and then we going to the render setting. I have it there. You can find it here, render setting, and I don't want to have the rail depth of this, which is global illumination, and just to make it a bit faster to be rendered. And the last things I will do is have opacity for the shadow. It helped a lot, especially when you're getting a tree with the leaves. So now I have just putting the value of the sky dome to be like 3, and now we're getting more light on our scenes. Just pause video to be rendered a bit. So we're going to get something like this result, as you can see. Of course, it needs to be much better quality of the texture and this, but you get the basic idea what it's going to be. Now we want to start with the leaves, and we just stop the render for now. We don't need this anymore. So this was my first shader, which was for the wood. If it is correct, here it is, or the tree. So now we can actually go ahead and hide this. Go to the outliner and find the leaves. Here we go. And for the leaves, we're going to apply another shader, which is AI standard surface shader, and type this to be leaf, and we're going to apply it. There we go. So for the leaf, okay, the thing you need, again, you want to have one for the color, one alpha channel to make this transparency, and we want to have normal map or bump map, and we need also have kind of if the light came in, so we need to see kind of not through but a bit is going to be light coming through it. So for this you need to use actually SSS skin shader if you want to use have, or do you want to have this effect on. But we just get in this one I want to create the bump map by Photoshop, so you can get the idea how you can do this. So we just jump back to Photoshop. So we okay, maybe, yeah, okay, so it have remember all these things, but I'm just going to make it one pieces. So we want to actually go ahead and make this to be black and white image. To do this, we're going to the color black white. There we go, and just press OK. Then we're going to the image level, or from the level, so something like this we're going to have. So that is basically the bump map we're creating. So I need just to save this out and just calling it for bump, and that was a TIFF file. So now I have the bump map, the diffuse, and the alpha channel, and if you want you can actually have one for the front and one for the back, but it is not it's the same. The light can also do this for you. So now we have the shader. So the thing we need to do is go ahead and import the first file, which is the diffuse or the color, and the color, here it is, and we need to simply connect it to the color. Then we want also have the second file, which is the bump, leave bump. Okay, here it was. So now we have the bump file. This one need to be connect inside geometry. No, not geometry. Yes, it was geometry, but on the bump mapping. And the last one, the file again. So we need to have the alpha channel, leaf alpha. Here it is. And the alpha channel need to be in the opacity. So when you're putting it to the opacity, and if you're going to render it now, you will not see it, and that is because you need to select the geometry, go to the Arnold and put this to be check off. And the thing is, I think we need maybe playing with this 0.2 or something like this. We need to zoom a bit more, and from here we're just going to render. So I can just check this off so you you're going to see it faster. So maybe it was too much with the bomb map, so maybe we're going to close put this to be 0 and just playing very slow to get the value you want. So maybe something like this, it will work. Okay, there we go. Okay, maybe I need also show the tree itself. And the last things, the specular. Okay. Something like this is okay. So as you can see, we got the leaves, and that is the alpha channel controlling it. Maybe the bomb map still is too much, but you get the basic idea. Yeah, so we just going to look to it in different angles. I just post the video. So that is not the final render, but you get the look what it's going to look like. And if we just so kind of to be about to be render finished, but you get the idea how it's going to look like. And the last thing I will just say to you, if you want sometime the light coming through the leaves, of course we can just make the transparency of the light shadow, but sometimes we need actually use SSS skin shader to do this. And I will also show you how you're going to do this. First we need to find the angle where the light came very sharp in. So before it, I need also to just stop the render for now. I will just show you how you can do this. So the thing you need to do is actually go to this and put the value maybe about 0.5, and you need to connect the color to this. And as you can see now, you're going to see more through the light. When the light coming is going to be like coming light through it, and it will, you can anytime go ahead and controlling it by this. As more you going, if I go to the attribute editor, as more it's going to be transparency or light coming more through, but for now it is just something like this. You get the basic idea what is going to be if you want to have this effect or other effect as well. So maybe it is a bit dark to get in, and there are also a way how we can reduce the noise without it cost a lot of render time. The thing you need to know when you're using the alpha leaves for the alpha is going to, it is actually expensive for the render. So if it is possible, you don't use the alpha or PNG file. It is actually better to render it without it, but sometimes if you want a very nice effect, is better idea to use it with this. I think maybe we're going to put the gamma correction a bit higher so you can going to see what is going to like in the end, but you get the basic idea how it's going to be. So the last thing I will just say, I'm going to make a last video about how we can render faster inside the Paint Effect or inside Arnold 5 with a tree special, so we can reduce the noise and speed up the render time. That was if you want to have the high quality of the tree to be rendered. And thanks for watching.